before going to today's session is completely full stack. So before full stack, we need to know the where exists the full stack and where exactly it works. In that way only we can learn full stack. What is full stack? In that way only we can get the full entire scenario. So here I put here two screens, like one image. What is web app and website? Web app, website. I want differentiation between web app and website. So please tell anyone if you knows. Please, web app and website. Just tell me what is web app, website. Please quick respond. I want quick response. Then otherwise some lag is there. Web app means example like WhatsApp. Website means like I have a perfect example here. Web app means it can be standalone application, it can be mobile application, it can be Android application, it can be iOS application, it can be web application. In website, in a sense, means with internet only we can access. Without internet, we cannot access website, but web app, without internet also we can access. Like, for example, WhatsApp. Without if you want to dynamic response from chats from others, then only you need to put on internet. Otherwise, in offline also we can see whatever data we have. Perfect example, for example, currently MS Office, like that, we have offline standalone application. For example, in web app, websites have different types. In web apps, in different type of web apps, and websites also different type of websites. In web apps, in different types means standalone, hybrid, either Android, iOS, like that. Website means static website or dynamic website. So in current existent full stack roles having two ways in the market. One is full stack software development or full stack web development. In this way only we have currently in the market roles. Software development, it differ from the web development. Web development only on internet, like web applications only. Software development is different. In this we have programming languages, and using software development like applications, we need to install on device, then only we can use. For website, you no need to install, you just to have browser, then it's enough to access the website. So these are the basic stuff. And currently example, currently we have system Windows 11, like that, Windows 10, whatever. In system or laptop, we have in local, means without internet we can use so many things like Chrome, or for example, though with internet, without internet also we can use those apps, as called web apps. And websites means like with URL, help of browser only we can see, those are websites. Okay, web apps, who are designed web apps, those are called full stack software developers, who can develop only websites, complete websites. Those developers called full stack web developers. Here I want to tell those things. Okay, for software development or web development, here what is the difference? Here just see, web development, it supports only websites. Here software development, in software development, building applications for mobile and desktop or web also. So in software development, single code can exhibit like mobile, desktop, and web also. So here languages in software development, you must have a own programming language. The example, any example also you can tell. What is standalone application? Everyone, I think, use Notepad. A Notepad is a standalone application. Calculator, yeah, it's a software program. A software program runs independently on device. Yes, correctly. So standalone application, it runs own like device only. Without internet also we can use. We can like whatever things we need to do. Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, next, for a website purpose, we need to host. Means yesterday we seen one class AWS, one HTML page they created and host it in AWS. Some link we can with the help of some link we just access, means just view the whatever data is there. So hosting is required for websites. So software development compatibility across different platforms. So this is platform in a sense like OS, like Android OS, iOS, Windows, like those platforms compatibility execute. Here, web development means in web development, websites are completely access on browsers, different browsers. Okay, so generally, how we can access a website? Generally, a user just sit on in front of computer and just go to browser and just enter the URL. After URL, we can directly see the website. But inside the website, the Chrome, whatever browser, just enter the whatever entered your URL, just send to DNS server. The DNS server completely change your name to IP address. After IP address, you directly go to server. The server get the whatever data completely sent to again back to browser. Yesterday we seen just NS lookup with command. Uh, NS lookup google.com. So with this address also we can access google.com. Just we check. Continue site. Yes. So it means generally the computer just remember or recognize only numbers. That's why the DNS server send a request with the help of IP address only. Then only we can access whatever website exactly. Okay. Oh, here we are just website. We discussed previous screen just how we access website. But in the website, what we have in generally. videos, and somewhere audios also is there. So I think those stuff like video, image, audio, these stuff only we can put in website. So these are all about websites. Now we coming to full stack. The previously we discussed generally what software development, what web development, what website, how we access website. Now our our session motto is what is full stack. Now we discuss. Simply we tell full stack means who can develop both and client side software. Simply we said client side, it means a browser. If you sit at an laptop and search the browser and just you enter the URL, and what you can see on your browser, that's thing in client side. Server side, it means in general we see via internet we can access cloud data. The cloud means somewhere it is there data. So those data managed by server. So you have to manipulate or manage the server also with the help of server side programming languages. So who can develop both the client like browser side and server side also, those developers are full stack developer. Simply in backend innocence like server innocence, yesterday we seen in Amazon just been servers installed like Windows OS in cloud, and also once created HTML page, after that IIS web server. For Windows purpose only, he installed web server, IIS web server. With the help of server only, we can communicate with the backend data. Okay, so we can simply said if you going to any restaurant, if you just sit on table, any table, like just imagine table is a browser, like that only you just imagine. Once you see the menu, like in browser, just you have so many options to search, like that if you want whatever you want, then all the thing only you have to search in browser. In that way only you directly go to any restaurant and go and sit on table, just order whatever things you want on server. Once you finalize all these things, and coming from the restaurant person, you just say to those details that pan, and the man going to like cooking session, just intimate those whatever required the client, those things they are all are prepared cooking whatever you like order. After that, get back to your whatever food items, get back with the help of server only. So in this way also web server like behaves like here like sharing the information across the browser and database, like that only. So simply with backend we have one server and database or APIs, like that. In front end we have two types, either web app or mobile app. With generally we can access any app like Amazon, Flipkart. Those things we can access with help of laptop and also mobile. So when we consider as a website, that is the different stack like web full stack. Then when we consider as a app wise, then different stack is there, app development. So those things we discuss here. So before going to generally full stack, entire full stack is the starting stage at UI UX. So in a software development cycle, in generally, first what we do in generally, previously I worked as a freelancer. In that time, I'm just going to client, whatever requirement they want, this list out in one paper. After that, just whatever I'm understanding based on those requirements, just make a one UI UX prototyping. So in software development, UI UX is the most major role in the initial stage. Why? Because we can understand the client's requirements at the starting is only with the help of UI UX. What is UI UX? UI means like UI means user interface. UX means user experience. Generally, we go into any website. We go to any website like whatever Amazon website we go. Whatever colors, logos, like arrangements, those things are user interface. Just we go to search such some recommendations is there. You have whatever thing you want to search, the searching things is customizable or more flexible to you. In that time, the user experience is working. So in any website or any full stack developer at the starting stage, he must know the UI UX things like some tools are there. For any website, we have logos, banners. With the help of Adobe tools like Illustrator, with the help of we can create a logos, Photoshops, we can create banners. So Adobe tools we must be know to create a logos, banners in the website, and UI UX tools, Sketch, Figma, Adobe XD. These are UX tools and the scripting language, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript also we should know for UI UX skill set purpose. So the Sketch platform support only iOS only. If you want wide range experience, then go with Figma. Figma is support with everything. So with the help of Figma, Adobe tools, and scripting languages, we can create whatever client requirement we can understand with the help of UI UX before going to developing, design, or testing all those things. Once you prepared all this stuff, for example, I went to some client and discussed with whatever requirements they shared. After that, I designed entire things, coding, testing, everything is done. After I'm going to client and I'm saying to this is the your website like that I'm shared. After that, his thoughts was changed. I think based on requirements are day by day is changed based on user flexibility. In that time, he definitely changed the requirements. Again, I want to do all this stuff. It take more time, more money is waste also. So Figma is a prototyping tool for any website or web apps. Before going to design, developing, testing, all this stuff, we can just simulation those things here, UI UX. Next, we are going to web development. Once you finish the design phase, after we going to, for example, web development. In web development, we have front end, back end, and database and server. So front end means we already now discuss whatever things you just see here is all about front end. So front end we have just enough HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Just HTML also is enough. If you want to stylishing, if you want pop-up buttons, banners, cursor movings, like that, this animations you want, then use JavaScript. Otherwise, plain HTML also is enough. Backend means if you want to here just see here from request from the client side, you send to database or APIs and get back to the data to browser. Those things are managed by the backend programming languages. Currently, we have some programming languages like backend programming languages, Node.js or .NET and PHP, Java, like that. So some programming languages are there for backend purpose. And database means Generally, we store a data. It's any type of data we can store in the database. Whatever complete current scenario in the world, what is the main motto? What websites have apps, either standalone application, everything is computer or communicate the data only. So here completely database, it means whatever data you want to store, you want to manipulate, you want to manage my data in centralized and distributed system. In that way you have to store the data in cloud or somewhere. In that way only we can use databases. Once you want to run the backend programming languages, based on the programming language we select the server. Okay, this is all about generally it's a theoretical. Tomorrow we have hands-on session on Marin stack, how it's working on in the like Windows system, all those stuff tomorrow we'll discuss hands-on. This is all about like theoretical, what is front-end languages, how many languages if they backend, what is database server, what is having in the web development, all this stuff discuss here only. So in backend programming language we have different frameworks. Here I want to ask one thing, if you familiar with any frameworks, then please answer here. What is framework and what is library? Just answer me. Frameworks and library. What is the difference between framework and library? Please answer. So please answer, what is framework, what is library? Currently we have in the market so many frameworks. Every backend programming language, currently we have different frameworks. In JavaScript we have React, Angular, TypeScript, and these all are frameworks. And in PHP, Laravel, CodeIgniter, and like in Java we have Spring Boot, Hibernate. Those frameworks are existed now in the market. This difference, what is the difference between library and framework? Please answer quickly. A framework is a full structure on skeleton for your application. It is often called your portals to write your program. Okay. Then what is the library? Is there anyone? Okay, framework is nothing but a pre-written code. Okay. You can use make your work easier. You can use to make your work easier. Okay. In my terms, what I'm saying in difference between like framework and library. If you have any code, for example, I want to develop one software, one website. In that we have reusable functions are there. I want to make those functions into library. Once you want to use those functions, just import that library and use it. This is it's simple line we can set like when code have reusable statements or functions are existed, then we can make to library. The framework is different from the library. It means frameworks can provide entire structure, whatever things we currently have. Every website, just see the menu bar is common. We just see, we go to Flipkart here, menu bar is common. Just go to any website, any website we have a menu bar, header, carousel, and footer. Like that we have the common default things are having in every website. So all those stuff predefinedly existed in the frameworks. Like in generally, I'm talking about here just front end, but in back end we have cart sessions and payment gateway flexibility and like user management flexibility. Those things we have to maintain manually. We can rotate code manually, but it's difficult to handle all these authentication, those things. In frameworks, simplifies the all the structure. Okay. Here, in general, we talk about Python. We have two frameworks like Flask and Django. And Node.js, we have different backend frameworks, TypeScript, Express, like Vue, Wait, Next.js. So many frameworks in JS. And PHP, we have currently Laravel, CodeIgniter, those 2 or 3 frameworks are there. In Java, we have Spring Boot, like that. This is all about frameworks. Again, we just now seen about what is web full stack. Now we're going to app development. App development also is part of the full stack. In its starting stage is UI UX design, and next one web development. In web development, we have front end, back end. We have front end, back end, database, server. All those things covered full stack web development. And next, app development. We have 3 terms here. App development: native, cross-platform, hybrid. Have you heard these terms? Native, cross-platform, hybrid. Just have you heard these terms? Just tell me. What is native, cross-platform, hybrid? Have you heard these terms like NATO, cross-platform, hybrid? Just tell me. Is there anybody? Please respond. Okay, no respond. Oh, okay. Cross-platform refers to software application that can multiple operating systems and run without needing rewritten for each one. Okay, cross-platform is okay. You write a code in single code, we can execute both platforms. Like generally we have Android, iOS, both platforms we can run single code. It means cross-platform. Okay, native, fast and smooth and made for one platform. Perfect. And cross-platform, one code works for everywhere. Everywhere means not correct. Okay. And web, hybrid web inside a app. Okay, somewhat correct. Okay. In my words, native is correct, fast and smooth, made for one platform. It completely makes for single platform. If you want to, based on target audience, if you target the Android audience, then purely go with Kotlin, Java Kotlin. If you have only target the Android audience. Otherwise, if you want to target only iOS like iOS audience, then you go to Swift language. Okay, native in benefit in native language, we can made anything in smoother way and effective way. In cross platform, it means we can develop single code. We can run 2 platforms, iOS and Android development in single code. We can you can make 2 APK, 2 executable files. One is APK, one is IPM, like iOS platform file. And if you, what is hybrid? Hybrid in a sense, currently we have React Native, like Flutter, and one more thing is there, Xamarin also. In single code, we can get four outputs. One is Android, second one is iOS, third one is standalone application for Windows systems, and also web app or website. In single code, we can get four things, but the native somewhat clarity is missing in hybrid class platforms. We cannot do all those things in this cross-platform and hybrid. In native, whatever you want, you can do in effective way. So this is all about native cross-platform hybrid. We just see some technologies in native. Just if you go with Android, then Kotlin, and this is a zip language. This is a React JSX like that. The cross-platform we have Flutter and Xamarin. And Xamarin is a .NET programming language based framework, and this is React native. In hybrid mode, we need to use HTML, CSS, JavaScript also. Why? Because
Your voice is not clear.
we get web app also in this platform. Okay. Next.
I cannot hear
Just native innocence. If you go target only Windows audience, then go with those stuff only. So based on target audience, we can make whatever like Android or iOS, whatever thing you want, those things only you can follow. So for app development, here we just see what is programming language, which toolkit we want to need to do that app, what is SDK. SDK it means software development kit to entire whatever environment we have for to develop. So for iOS app development purpose, we use Object-C and zip programming language. In this, we have toolkit. We need to use Apple Xcode in the platform of iOS SDK. If you go with Android app development, just Java, Kotlin is enough. If you go with native applications, for that we need to toolkit. We need to use toolkit Android Studio development tools. SDK is Android SDK. If you go with cross-platform development, then you can use different frameworks, Flutter, React Native, Xamarin, Unity. Unity is a game development platform. This Unity programming language also C#. Okay, and React Native is completely JavaScript code, not pure plain JavaScript. We have some advanced functions are there, ES6, ES7, ES8 like that. And Flutter, in Flutter we just use some language .dart programming language we used in Flutter. And Xamarin also we can use. We used C# programming language.
Can you hear me?
So based on the target audience, we can go with whatever
available on June 3rd.
like pattern, like native or cross or hybrid. So this is initially we just seen about UX, UX. Next app development. Next, next web development. Then after we seen just now app development. So for full stack development purpose, we just have knowledge on other technologies like version controlling technologies like Git, GitHub, GitLab, Bitbucket. All the Git is the base of GitLab and GitHub to push a code and get retrieval. Those environment created by Git, Bitbucket also. Whatever code currently we have currently we using WhatsApp. Initially very less options are there. Now we have different options like version by version they are updating. If you are developer, if you in full stack developer or some other company, if you update some option in the website or a web app, then you just in production mode it's suddenly not working, some error are there, and just again back to previous version with the help of these version control systems. And cloud providers, currently we have different cloud providers, and but top three is AWS, and Microsoft Azure and Google GCP, Google Cloud. So here, without these things also, a cloud provider also we can go with the traditional way. If you have domain, you can go with GoDaddy, Bedrock. You can purchase the host. You can whatever develop your code pushed into those hosting platforms. In that way also we can access. But what is the benefit in AWS, Azure, GCP? It means entire whatever local environment. If you start any company, for example, if I want to plan a startup on some our own idea, some in that time I want to purchase a tables, systems, configuration systems, and so many things I want to purchase to start up. I want to recruit one of, for example, I want to recruit 5 or 7 members. So for that, I need to spend more money for purchase the configuration systems. Compared to with purchase the configuration system, just purchase any basic system I want purchase. Later I just subscription of the any cloud, entire whatever things we can access from the local system, those stuff all we can access in the cloud also. Same thing we can do in cloud. With the help of cloud, we can reduce whatever cost and time, everything. And for full stack development, version controlling, and cloud providers also, we just know about basics in this. And also DevOps tools also, we need to must be know every DevOps tool. And currently in market, we have, if you have full stack developer, we must know about the basic things of the DevOps tools. Entire scenario in market we used like DevOps tools only. For planning and code base purpose, we have some like tools, Jira, Git, like code base and planning purpose. For building purpose, Gradle is a one tool. Entire DevOps tools is completely manage the code, designed to deployment and maintenance in single platform, and collaborate all these things in single platform. And with the testing purpose, we can use JUnit, Selenium, PHP unit. So with the help of Jenkins and GitLab, we can integrate the whatever code you developed in whatever develop your web app or web application. We can integrate it with cloud with the help of GitLab and Jenkins. So after deployment also, we need to observe our code, whether it's working fine or not, or how many users it supports. Those things we need to monitor after deployment also. For that also, we have some tools in DevOps like Sentry, Jebix, like that tools we have. So now, just in the overview of the full stack, we just before we know about UI UX in front end, if you go with front end developer, we must know the basic scripting language along with UI UX designing. Like we already seen Figma, Adobe XD, and those tools we have to know. If you want to go with front end developer, if you want to go with only pure back end developer, you must know any programming language is 100%. And database also we have some different roles: database administrator, database architecture, and different roles are there. For that, you must know SQL programming language, and also DBMS. Any DBMS you want to know, like MySQL or Oracle, like that. And DevOps. In DevOps also, it's separate role in DevOps engineer. And mobile app development also is a different role. Enter all these roles combined in the full stack. If you want to pure full stack developer, you must know about fully on front end and back end and database, along with some idea about web development and DevOps. Then only you call as a full stack developer. Okay. This is all about today class. Complete, I think I covered theoretical here. Tomorrow we'll discuss about with help of Marin Stack and just demonstrate how it's work. For that what we need, in that way we'll discuss. And next class, in generally previously we seen saw like web full stack, and types of web full stacks is currently in market. We'll discuss tomorrow. And scope of each stack. What is the scope? Why you generally in market some stacks currently Marin, Mean, those stacks are popular. Why it's popular? In future its survival is there. For those things we'll discuss tomorrow. For that, each stack, which tools, which platforms you want to know,